Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and I have owned my 2006 E46 convertible for about 6 months now, and it has been a bit of an up and down love-hate relationship with this car. I love driving it, but I don't love constantly finding work that it needs. And I knew that buying a BMW, especially an older one like this, 20 years old, higher mileage, about 150K on it, it was gonna be that sort of experience. So I knew what I signed up for. I'm just living it right now. So we're gonna have a full ownership update coming on this car before too long. However, today's video is focusing on these right here, the Kumho Ecsta Sports. Kumho has launched a new line of tire for 2025, and they've got 3 different models. They've got the Ecsta Sport, which you see here. It's a high-performance summer tire. And then this is replacing the PS71 as their, not entry-level, but like I said, high-performance summer tire. And then they have the Ecsta Sport S. That's an ultra-high-performance summer tire. That would be if you're ripping big horsepower, doing a lot of canyon carving, maybe track days, something that you really want to be dedicated toward performance. And then they've got a new Ecsta Sport all-season as well. Now, I kind of mulled over those 3 different tire options when going with this car because I knew I needed new rubber. The cheap Walmart spec tires that were on this thing before were actually contributing to the car pulling in one direction and vibrating as well. These E46s are very sensitive to what rubber you have on there. So I needed something higher quality and I needed something fresh. And admittedly, I didn't want to spend 2 arms and a leg to get rubber on this car. The car's not worth that much money. I don't drive it that hard. It's only 225 horsepower, but I don't drive it in the winter or in snow, so I knew that I was okay with a summer tire. I just wanted something good and accessible and quality, and this new Kumho lineup seemed to fit that bill. So you can see here with my horribly curb-rashed wheels, we've got 2 2540 ZR18s on the front. Got a nice tread pattern here that is going to allow a good amount of water seepage, but also a good amount of grip. Some nice flexibility in the rubber there. Then in the rears, we're running 2 5535 ZR18s, and same sort of deal, pretty low there. We've got our tire pressure set, and today we're going to go for about an hour drive on the highway up to visit Fortitude Auto Detailing. I'm going to get this cleaned up. It is in need of looking better, and we're going to talk about how the tires act on the highway, and we're also going to take it for a little bit of some spirited driving up on Highway CA39 up into Azusa Canyon and have a little fun with this car. Get the top down, open it up, and enjoy that inline 6. Now, like I said, I don't want to get into full ownership update yet. I want to spend a little bit more quality time with the car after doing my suspension upgrades, my cooling system upgrades, and having these new tires on the car. But I do want to talk about these tires a little bit and how they work as sort of a daily driver summer convertible style tire. Kumho has come a long way in their tire performance all across the board. We put some all-terrain tires on my buddy's Tundra last year, and I took it out and did some pretty gnarly off-roading with it. He's been really happy with those tires, both how they look and how they perform since we put them on his truck. And then with these new Ecsta's, they're performing right up there with the big boy tire names as well. And so yeah, the Kumho tires have gotten a little bit more expensive, but they're kind of justifying that cost with their performance. I mean, think about it. They're a name brand tire manufacturer at this point. There are so many tires that you'll drive by and see, what? I've never even heard of that tire brand. Those are the cheapos. Kumho is a serious contender these days. There's no reason that you shouldn't consider them for your car. We're going to be getting up to a concrete section of highway here, and we'll hear, even with the convertible, what sort of noise we get out of these tires. We are 70 miles per hour on asphalt, and we'll transfer over. Honestly, not too bad. You hear them. But for a summer tire, that's pretty good. They're obviously fairly thin tires. I mean, 35 aspect ratio isn't as crazy now as it was 20 years ago, but see what sort of road imperfections and cracks we feel. Yeah, not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. So let's fast forward up to getting this car cleaned up and then take it for a little romp up Azusa Canyon. Woo! Man, it is amazing what a good detail can do for a car. I'm not generally a fan of gray paint, but it cleans up so nice on this 330. My brother Nathan pointed out that BMWs have a really perfect hardness of paint in the clear coat that just makes them so satisfying to clean up and make look nice. So we've got the Kumhos all polished up here. Apparently it's this special sort of tire shine that Fortitude Detailing uses that soaks into the tire and actually looks like that for a while, like upward of a month or so. So that's kind of cool. But I think it's time to get the top down and have some fun with this thing. Now, I was planning on shipping out these floor mats from Lay's Fit to 2 winners for the Daily Motor floor mat giveaways, but then I learned that the cost to ship the floor mats was going to be about the same as it would be to buy them new. So I need to try to figure out how to put one of these floor mats in the back seat so that we can put the top down. Because for those of you who don't know, with the 330 Ci, you can get a little extra trunk space by opening this little compartment here, which gives you more trunk room, but then it makes it so you can't open the convertible top, because this is where the convertible top goes when it's closed. So yeah, that's not going to work for us. We're going to try opening the convertible top and putting these in the back seat somehow, or at least the one. The other one should be fine. We've also got our wind deflector, which is just about a must-have for top-down convertible driving in a 4-seater. How are we going to do this? Where there is a will, there often is also a way. Look at that. Now we can tuck the passenger seat right in so that we can do some twisted road driving and not worry about the floor liners hitting us. Now, the 330 Ci convertible is not a sports car per se, in that this isn't going to rip around like an M3 convertible would. They do make 2 optional performance-oriented packages for this car in 2006. There's the sports package, which this does have. That gives us the lowered suspension, sportier, huggy seats, different wheels, but no actual performance upgrades from the engine. And then the performance package is essentially what a ZHP would be from an engine standpoint. That gets you a little bit of extra power, but an even firmer riding suspension. So I'm actually kind of glad that we don't have that performance pack on this car. Then it would be, it would ride stiffer, and I mean, yeah, it would pull a little bit harder, but I don't need it to go that fast. I just like opening it up as it is. I really do. Now, we were planning on doing Glendora Mountain Road all the way to 39, CA 39, but I believe that is actually closed. So we're just going to drive up as far up the road here as we can and feel out these tires a little bit. Let's do DSC off. see the benefit of putting an intake on this car in order to hear it a little bit more. Maybe even, like Nathan recommended, doing like a resonator delete, because I don't want it to be loud and drony, but it would be nice to hear this inline six just a little bit more. Also a good test of my cooling system. We're up to 219 degrees according to the blue bus right there. Ooh, tunnel, here we go. Yeah, so you want to get yourself a tire that's going to match the abilities of the car. And if I had gone with something like the Sport S on here, it would be over tired. There would be no benefit that I'd be getting, because I can only go so fast, and the car is so it's not so heavy, but it's heavy relative to something like the coupe. Any extra grip I'd be getting would essentially be wasted. This is harder than I'm going to drive this car regularly at all, so I'd rather have a little bit of that extra wet performance if I'm ever caught out in the rain with it, and save a little bit of money, and have the tire last a little bit longer. Alright, getting into a little civilization here. Let the motor cool down. Got up to 232. Interestingly, BMW temp gauges, the coolant temp there, doesn't really change at all. As long as it's at what it considers to be within spec temp. So pretty much once it gets to about 160, 150 or so, it gets right there in the middle, and then it stays there unless you had some sort of serious overheating problem. Well, it is closed right here at the base. So I guess we are turning around quick. Bummer. That'd be a perfect road for this. Don't need to be going that fast. Just want to enjoy it. All right. Well, I'm pretty happy with those. That is everything I need this car to do and more at a price that I'm happy with. Yeah. Good new tires here from Kumho. And I am also happy now to know that the BMW can handle a little bit of a shakedown. Some pretty hard running here. It's 90 degrees outside. Brakes handled it. Motor handled it. Been running the air conditioning today. Some traffic. Knock on the fake wood. This is going to be a nice car to have around. And not to mention how it looks really good. Alright, well thank you all so much for watching. Shout out to those Kumho Ecsta's. If you want to pick yourself up a set, check the link below. Like I said, unless you've got a super high performance car, these sports are going to be great. And then if you want to use them all year round, they've got the all seasons. Let's hop out and take one last look at it. Oh. Cool. If you do want to see more on the 3 Series, check the link below. Like I said, I'm going to have a full ownership update here coming soon, talking about all the things that's needed and the expected and unexpected expenses. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.